endless summer. Wouldn't we all love an endless summer, especially after the winter that we had? Well, guess what? We can capture that a little bit with these endless summer variety of hydrangeas. Who doesn't love a hydrangea? They're one of my absolute favorite plants. And the endless summer varieties are the best because they bloom all the way from spring until fall. There are 4 basic types of endless summer varieties. There's the original that has that beautiful little pom-pom head. Then there's also Bloomstruck. Bloomstruck is what I have in both of these containers here. Bloomstruck has beautiful red stems, and we can actually manipulate the color on these pom-pom heads. Also, there's Blushing Bride Hydrangea. That is a beautiful endless summer variety. That one is white with a little blush of pink, and it's really, really sweet. And then the last one that I love so much is the Twist and Shout. It is actually the first lace cap hydrangea that reblooms. Who wouldn't love that? And it also has some reddish stems to it as well. But as I said, I've got the Bloomstruck varieties in these 2 gorgeous containers. And what we're doing is we're doing a little manipulation of color with these. On my left, our goal is to make this Bloomstruck hydrangea with these gorgeous buds on it turn into beautiful blue pom-poms. And the way that we did that is we actually used this this Color Me Blue and this soil acidifier. I already pre-mixed it into the soil because I want to lower the pH, which will give us gorgeous blue color to this Bloomstruck hydrangea. Now in this pot, we have these gorgeous pink hues. So you can probably guess my goal is to make sure that these buds open up and bloom to a beautiful pink. And the way that I'm going to ensure that is that I actually used Color Me Pink, or you could use lime. I've already pre-mixed that into the soil to make this soil a lot sweeter so we get nice pink blooms all season long on this Bloomstruck hydrangea. The other thing that's so neat about hydrangeas, these Bloomstruck varieties in particular, is that they do great in containers. Not only are they great in a bed, they make a gorgeous hedge or a beautiful standalone plant, but they are so good in a container like this. And you know what we always do here? We always mix and match because you really want to have some variety and uniqueness to your container. This one we added gorgeous annuals, and we picked this really nice kind of white and green combination that'll look gorgeous with these blue flowers when they come out. And then over on the pink side, we picked some other types of annuals that have more of the pink hues. And be careful because you really want to make sure that you pick the right annuals. Now the Bloomstruck hydrangea really likes to have morning sun and afternoon shade. It'll do much better in a setting like that. So will these annuals that we picked. These are part sun annuals. Another thing about a hydrangea in a container is to make sure that you pick a well-draining soil. So use a good potting mix. Let the hydrangea dry out a little bit, not too much, maybe just the first couple of inches before you water it again, because if you water too much, you can cut down on the bloom, believe it or not, and we don't want to do that. So water, and when you do water, water all the way through the pot so we can get to the depth of that big root ball on these hydrangeas. That's very important. Another thing that's important about hydrangeas is pruning. People always ask this question, and I can see why it is confusing. Remember, the thing that is really cool about these endless summer varieties is that they bloom on old and new wood. So ideally, you really don't do much pruning at all. So that makes them really low maintenance, which is really nice. The best thing to do is once the blooms pass and they're just kind of spent, then you can just deadhead them and only prune out dead wood. Otherwise, you really don't need to do much pruning on these hydrangeas. The next thing is about overwintering these containers. You can bring them inside to a garage or a basement. You're gonna have to give them a little bit of water, but not too much. Basically, when the soil pulls away from the sides of the pot, then you know it's time to give them a little bit of water. If you don't have that space to bring them inside, then keep them outside, but put them in a more protected spot. So next spring, they come back and look beautiful for you again. So endless summer hydrangeas, they really do capture that feeling. They're one of the best hydrangeas that bloom from spring to fall. One of my absolute favorites. Thanks, and bye. See you next time.